Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Gina once again. I am doing another another journaling session in my Derwent journal. This is a 9 by 6 inch. I taped off my page because I wanted to work small but not the size of the page. So I just put the tape to divide it, and I'm going to use my same colors, the green, the fun fuchsia, and the African violet, because I'm liking these colors a lot. I'm loving this mix of colors a lot. So I started off with a wash, and they're acrylic paint, by the way, and then I'm just adding some of the the natural paint without adding water. I'm adding some of that over the top in certain areas just to get different variations of the same color. Today I wanted to use some collaging, so I'm using pages from a book directory, and I just pulled out the purple. There's a kind of purple print that they had there, and then the yellow. So I'm using those colors because I really want them to show through whatever it is I'm going to put on top. What am I going to put on top? I'm not sure. I knew today that I wanted to do some collage, and I wanted to use some stencils. So that was it. I am using regular school glue, the clear one. Now I'm coming in with the white paint with a dry brush to blend my edges into the page and also push some of those papers into the background. So I'm trying to keep them seen but not too much where they're slapping you in your face. It's just subtle hints of those pages that I want to see. And here are the stencils that I wanted to use. Woohoo! I'm using it just to add some character and some more texture to the page. I still don't know what's coming on top of that, but I know I wanted to use these stencils. So I really want to use this flower stencil, but I'm trying to figure out in my brain how to do it so that it shows, but still push that in the background. So while I wanted to see those, I actually thought if I really want to see my flowers, I have to push the entire page back. That's what my brain said. So I just went over everything with the white paint and hoped that it dried kind of clearish. And then I thought, okay, now I could put my stencils on. So while I'm leaving that to rest, because even though I used the heat gun, I still felt like it wasn't ready to use. So I pulled out my book. I started making marks in a copybook. So I just went in to see what colors I had and patterns and if it could work on the one on the right. And I did like some of them, so I just took out 2 pieces that I liked that I thought could work. And now I'm just going to stick them in certain places on my page. So I'm trying to overlap, but I'm also covering up while leaving some spaces shown because I still want to see some of that stenciling. I still want to see some of the background, and the space is super tiny. But yeah, still want to cover up while showing some. So now I'm ready for this side. I thought it's ready to receive my flowers now. So I'm going to use I felt like I wanted to use that tan color that I just put down. But I thought, let me add some color to the page because I didn't just want the flowers to just be the flowers on a white background. So I'm bringing back in more paint. I know it's so confusing. More paint. I'm using the spatula now to just spread the paint. I think at this point I was probably a little confused, and as you can see, my papers are just getting covered and I'm not even seeing the print anymore. And I didn't like that because I really wanted some of the words to show through. So now I'm adding another layer of paint. This is ridiculous. To push that to the background. Yeah, this looks like the work of a crazy lady now. And now, because I have more color in the background, I am going to now add some purple flowers. Crazy, I tell you, crazy. I covered it up to put it back to cover it up again. Yeah. I always tell my family, for some reason, the smaller pieces take the longest to do. I would finish a bigger piece in an hour max. I'm sure I've done some in under an hour, and these small pieces, they take me like 2 hours and more. It's so crazy. You would think you have less real estate to work on, you'd finish a lot faster because less decisions to make. But no, it's crazy. I don't know, it always happens. Always. If somebody could explain that to me, I would love to hear. Just leave your comments below. Tell me. Please explain it. So, I had a layer of flowers down, and now I want it darker, so I'm going to go over it with another layer. I'm really, really wanting to use these bottles, like you wouldn't believe. So much. But, didn't end up using it. I came in with this leaf instead, I know the name of it, but I can't remember it right now. I know you all know what it is. Yeah. So I cut this stencil out of a plastic book covering folder. Yeah, that's what that is. And it works fantastically well. Great stencil. So I thought, okay, let's do a light layer. So I'm using the Fun Fuchsia. A light layer around the stencil, just, just a subtle stencil to begin with. You see, the thing is, I had an idea of what I wanted, but I wasn't sure how to achieve it. I guess you could tell by the madness I've been doing on the page so far, but I had an idea of what I wanted. So you could barely see that, right? And I wanted to use different layers of different shapes. And I wanted certain things to be seen and certain things to be covered. But I wanted to see the layers. So I'm coming in with my tan color. This is called Natural Beige. And I'm leaving some... I wanted to do it where you could still see what's underneath, but still see the curve of those masks. Then I'm coming back in with this leaf plant, and I'm coming in with the darker color now. Yeah, there's a lot happening, a lot you can't see that was done before, like you would never have guessed that that happened, and it gets much worse. It gets much worse. It's like all this work, and where is it? That's how I feel. All this work, and where is it? Where is it? But yeah, so I'm going around doing my darker color, and then I'm going to do another layer because I want it to be a bit darker so you could see it this time, right? So that looks cool, but I felt from my perspective that I wasn't seeing it much. So I thought I would come in with my purple marker, paint marker. This is by Pointer. They have several in a pack, except black and white. Yeah, but it's acrylic paint. And I thought I would just give it an outline, but I did it wrong at the bottom. See, I just chopped it up. I don't understand, like, how? I was just like, what did I do? What? This page, this left side of the page, it was like, wow, Gina, wow. What did you do? Anyway, so I thought, okay, let's come back in with the mask again, go back in with the beige, and just kind of block out some of those areas again, keeping those other bits at the top and the bottom seen. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing. See? Still not sure. And then I thought, okay, let's cover everything, but do the inner circles a bit lighter than what we masked just now, right? So I'm adding even more paint in the middle. So the middle part is masked off more, covered more than what was inside of the circle. So we're still supposed to be seeing what's there. Then comes my lady. Again, I made it with the same book cover, plastic. And I'm going to mask that area off. So she will have that pattern, right? Let's see how that turns out. I'm using tape to just keep her stable because I decided to use regular house paint, spray paint. I'm using black. And I was trying not to let too much come out because I didn't want it too black. So here I'm trying to sop it up. And I took up too much and I didn't like how it looked. Yeah. I was kind of surprised by how much came back up. I'm trying to dry it so I could lift it and see how it looks. And I didn't like it. The left side is fine, but that right side was kind of messed up. So I did over the right side. And then I took it off. And I liked how she looks. She looks really good. But, yeah, I don't know. Wasn't what I wanted. And on that side, I was like, okay, let me leave that side alone. Come back to the right and try. I'm trying again to use the bottles. Trying but it didn't feel right. So I'm thinking, okay, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I still want to use stencils, but I have this mask that I made. So I thought, yes, this is going to look great because I love how they, as I rest the mask on top, I love how it looks. And I think, okay, this is going to come out great. I just need to find a way to place it. So I'm trying to fit this little one in between, but it's not fitting right in the grooves where I want it to fit. And I'm trying how many ways to try and get it to fit the way that I want it to, but it's not working. It really isn't working. I make up my mind at this point and I say, you know what, let's just do this part and then we'll lift it up and see how it turns out. So I'm taping it down and then I'm going to also spray it. I'm covering my left side because I definitely don't want any paint there. And I just did a random spritz because again, I want to see what's happening below. So I'm going to uncover it and it's not too bad. It's not what I thought it would have been like, but it's not too bad. So I thought, okay, maybe I could come in and lay on the same one, but, do it over the top of it in a different way and try maybe a different color. Because I thought if I do black again, that would just be a lot of black, just too much black. So I thought I would come in again and see what I could do in a different color. And I chose white. So let's see, it's regular household spray paint. So I just did a quick swoosh swoosh. Try not to press it too hard so not too much paint will come out where it will give you maximum coverage. And I think, yeah, this is cool. I have Mr. Man here. I printed him out some years ago and made a stencil out of him. And I've been keeping him for a project. And today is the day that he's going to be used. So I'm going to have to do another one and cut him out, so I'll have another one. But he's going to get used today. I'm going to use some thread in the background because I think he could just use some thread behind him. And for me, when I look at this and when I put the thread, he makes me think of a guy who's been through a lot or who's going through a lot and he has a lot to deal with, which is the thread just, tangle all around behind him. But he hasn't stopped. He's still moving. He's still pressing through. He's still going through his life and getting stuff done. So that's what I see when I see this. And then, there's the background. Some parts are a little fuzzy. Some parts are very clear. That's part of his life story. That's part of his journey. Some parts are busy. Some parts are, clearer. And that's part of his life journey and his life story as well. So all of that is what this little piece means to me with this man. It's actually, even though it looks so dark because it has all the black in it, it actually is very encouraging to me when I look at this little piece. So yeah, I'm trying to glue it down. I actually forgot I should have used my tacky glue for this, but this was right here on the table, so I just grabbed it up and I started gluing him down. I eventually found my tacky glue because his legs refused to stay down, and then I felt better. And then I was like, why didn't I do this before? Yeah. So I actually really like these two pieces a lot. I have to remove the tape. Oh, I found that her side was looking a bit dark and I didn't want it to be so dark. So I'm going to brighten up the right side of her. This is, what color is this? Dusty Rose, which actually matches up really nicely with the natural beige. So I just sprayed that on the right side just to kind of brighten up. And I was thinking, my background is completely gone. Gone! There's no print left to see. So I just sprayed this over the top because I really wanted a background. So there she is. So she has a little slight background inside of her, but her, yeah, I really wanted some print, but I mean, things happen, right? So now I'm gonna cut all the, because remember I stuck some of the collage paper over it, so some areas I have to cut with the blade. My goal is to try not to cut into the entire page, but just cut the where I stuck, what I stuck, so I could get the tape off cleanly. And I like it. As usual, when I move the tape, I feel like, and a nice exhale. You feel so pleased. Yeah, because you get those crisp lines and it just looks so, it has its own frame. Yeah. It gives the piece a nice look because it's like it's already framed. And that's what I love about it. So yeah, this is it. Thank you so much for watching. I would love to hear your thoughts on both of these pieces. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And leave your comments. I would really love to hear from you. Bye. Oh, here I'm putting some wax paper and my rice bag to help that man stay down. And these are my two pieces.